Good morning, children. Welcome back to our geography class. In the last class, we have discussed about the major landforms which are formed with the help of action of two processes called weathering and erosion. And this eroded material deposited in some other place. So it leads to land formation. So yesterday we have discussed about the work of river children. What kind of landforms were formed with the help of action of river? Yes, waterfall, meanders, oxbow lake, floodplain, levees and deltas. And at the end of today's class, you'll be able to learn the exogenic and exogenic forces, leftover exogenic forces. Those are work of sea waves, work of ice and work of wind. Okay, let's see in detail. The work of sea waves. Children, sea waves also can create some kind of landforms. You know that? Yes, let's see those. The first one is sea caves. On some of the water bodies like sea or ocean, children, they'll be having some kind of mountains. So when the sea waves continuously hit that rocky surface, then it creates a cave-like structure because the surface of that rock will be eroded and forms like a cave. So those are called sea caves. And then if this process continues for a long period of time, then what happens? That cave ultimately converts into a arc. See here, arc. Okay, so that's called sea arcs. Next one, stack. So if the same continuous process, the further erosion breaks the roof and only walls are left, so the topmost part will be broke down and the only single part will be left over one. So that part is called stack, which you can see in this picture. And the last but not least is sea cliff. I told some kind of hills or plateaus which are lying on the sea leads to what? The sea cliff. I told but the sea waves hit the rocky surface continuously, so they'll be having a sharp edge. Okay, so from then it forms a sharp edge. No, you can, if you just jump from that, you'll fall into the sea. So that's called sea cliff. These are the steepy rocky coast riding almost vertically above the sea water. Okay, so that's called sea cliff. And now let's see the work of ice. So what's the work of ice, children? You usually see the snow on the mountains, right? Yes, when the snow comes to the downslopes, it converts into glaciers. Okay, so what are glaciers? Glaciers are nothing but they are the rivers of ice. What are the glaciers, children? Rivers of ice. So these glaciers erode the landscape by taking away the soil, stones which are on the mountain. And what happens at the end? It exposes the rock below the glacier. So glacier covered deep hollows there, and when these glaciers melt in the summer, no children, so these glaciers they got filled up with water and it becomes like beautiful lakes on the mountains. Okay, example Uller Lake, Dal Lake. These are the lakes which are formed out of glaciers. Okay. Now glacial moraines. Then what is the meaning of glacial moraines, children? Nothing. When these glaciers take away the soils, no sediments, what are the material it is taking away from the mountain? No. So the soil, that rocks, that sand and silt, which are taken away by the glacier from the top to the slope, that's called glacial moraines. They are nothing but material carried by the glaciers. Let's see the work of wind, children. So it is the last agent which will help in formation of different landforms. Wind blowing over a long period create different forms. Different forms means what? Landforms. Here flowing is given by spelling mistake, children. It's blowing. Okay. So in deserts, what kind of landforms the wind make changes, children? Sand dunes, mushroom rocks and loess. You can see here sand dunes, mushroom rocks and loess. So we'll see these three in detail now. Let's come to the first one, mushroom rocks. Mushroom rocks are nothing but winds erode the lower section of the rock more than the upper part, Actually, this rock is a soft rock. Which rock, children? Soft rock. So when the wind blows, it erodes the lower section of the rock much quickly when compared to the upper section. So such conditions, what happen, children? These kind of mushroom rocks may form. Understand, children? So they'll be having a narrow base and wider in the top. These are the mushroom rocks, which you can see only in the deserts. Okay. Now sand dunes. These are the frequent sand dunes we used to see. We know about sand dunes. So what are sand dunes? When the wind blows, it lifts and transports sand from one place to another. In the desert, children, wind always blows continuously. So when it blows so fast or so quickly, it could able to lift the soil and transport that soil or sand from one place to another place. So it takes some amount of some pile of sand and dump in some other place. Okay. So when it stops blowing, what happens? The sand falls and gets deposited in a low hill-like structure. See here, these are appear like low hills only, no? Yes. So these only called sand dunes. Got it? Now comes to the last part, children. It's called loess. What's that? Loose. Loess you can say, or loose also you can say. Lossy also you can say. So these are the laws which are landforms which are created by the wind only in the desert. So how these landforms may form? When the grains of the sand particles are very fine. Very fine means what, like powder like fine particles. They are light in weight. Because they are light in weight, they are fine particles, and this wind will carry that fine particles to over long distances. When such sand is deposited in the large areas, children, so that forms a loess or loess. Okay, so you can find this kind of loess in the China, children, in large extent. Got it? So with this I conclude this chapter, children. Thank you.